Live. This is One for the Record. I'm Diana, and today is June 25th, 2012. It is Monday evening, and here's your update for today. May I give a shout out to Noel in Australia. Hello, Noel. And I did some research. All I could find was the June 19th. Let me read it here. Australia. There's that map. Where's the Australia? Here we go. Come on, come up. Magnitude 5.2 near the southeast coast of Australia. And that was June 19th, 2012 at 10:53 and 29 seconds UTC time. And that was on Tuesday. And let's see what else it said. 38, 244 south, 146, 194 east. It was 9.9 kilometers, 6.2 miles deep. And let's see, it was 10 kilometers or 6 miles southwest of Mo, Australia, 16 kilometers or 11 miles west of Morel, Australia, and 78 kilometers, 48 miles west-southwest of Sale, Australia, and 30 kilometers, 18 miles west-southwest of Tarragona, Australia. They didn't show any more earthquakes, really, since last week. I can show you this, I guess. Let me go back in. Show you the map as of today, if that helps you out. You must be feeling something out there or something. Let me turn this around. Don't know if you'll be able to see it or not. But there it is. You see. There's the map. Maybe that will help you guys out. There's some earthquakes like around in here, above and way below you, but the yellow ones mean last week. So here's this 5.2, and then over here there's a tiny one here from last week. Alrighty, then I hope you can see it. I can't monitor it. I can't split my screen. Okay. Hopefully you saw that, but there was nothing really on the map there. So, other than what happened last week. So let me take that off and the computer will move a little faster. Okay, let's close this one. Now, I guess Thursday, heads up to everyone in the U.S., especially if you, let's say all the ones that were on unemployment, the ones that most likely are maybe now off unemployment. Thursday will be the court decision. Congress, I guess, is voting on if they're going to, or the U.S. Supreme Court is going to, they're going to all vote on if, on Thursday, if they're going to implement you're a criminal if you don't have health insurance. It's a crime. It's a crime, and I guess they're going to vote on something about it. If it's constitutional, and I think it's not, but okay. I can't see them forcing you to do anything with your bodies, along with that chipping. I can understand if let's say that you're a prisoner in prison, then you have no constitutional rights. Other than that, unless someone wants to be chipped, then I guess that's their right to be chipped. If someone doesn't want to be chipped, then that's their right not to be chipped. And for those who are allergic to the chip and get a doctor's note, I'm going to assume that would be legal. Oh no, I'm allergic to the metals in the chip, or that type of glass in the chip, and get a doctor's note. Oh yeah. I think then they couldn't force you to do it, I would assume. If that would be a medical aspect of it. If you for some reason your body will reject that chip, then what? Okay? And I think it's your constitutional right to say no to anything they do to your body. I could see if you're no longer have any rights because you are a prisoner, then I guess they can do whatever they want. Supposedly, but then I still think you got the ACLU that's gonna say this isn't right, you know. So let's see what else. And then what about the people? Isn't McDonald's? They don't have to give their employees health insurance, right? So most of them probably don't have health insurance, and they don't make enough to buy health insurance. Now what? Unless they're all excluded. Are all the employees at McDonald's excluded from having to have health insurance? It's a very interesting question. Interesting. I think you better think deep about this stuff, other than what it says in the Bible, too. And it's one nation under God. Oh, well, I think in the Bible, God says it's not good to be chipped. If I read the Bible, you know, right, it's not good to be chipped. So, let's move on. I know I'm allergic to that. I'm allergic to a lot of things, and I know that I'm allergic to those circuits in there. And the glass and the, oh no. Maybe I'll get a doctor's note, because I think you can't override the doctor. I think that's how that would go. Let me see, what else do we have here? Let's go into the extinction protocol. So heads up, everybody keep an eye on the television screen. That might be a turning point in our country. Yes, indeedy. Okay, the Extinction Protocol 2012 and beyond. Deadly BC flooding in Canada prompts more evacuations, highway closures. It's flooded in British Columbia and parts of it. Death threat of terrorism, fear of U.S. hegemony. Everything is pushing nations towards a new world order. My goodness. Independent states and prevent their progress. That's right. Debt and the rise of global governance. NATO Special Op Forces assault Tampa, Florida. Foreign soldiers on U.S. soil. Heads up. Foreign soldiers on U.S. soil in massive international and NATO training exercise in Tampa, Florida in May of 2012. Also today, Tinderbox. Syria warns NATO over actions against Turkish plane. Turkey promises decisive response. It's out of the Middle East. The exodus. Dozens of members of Syria's military defected to Turkey overnight with their families. 3 villages buried in Uganda by landslide on slopes of Mount Elgon. 100 feared dead. And that's in Uganda. It's terrible. Spain formally asked Eurogroup for bank aid. Wow. I'm wondering what would happen since most of these countries are actually corporations now. Couldn't they just claim bankruptcy, not ever borrow anything from anywhere again, shut their doors and use their and use their own money? It's just a thought. Second wildfire rages across Utah. 39,000 acres goes up in flames. Yeah, I thought all these countries, like us, the United States, which abbreviated is us, I think us is actually now a corporation. So can't the corporation just claim bankruptcy? And then that's it, and they're done, and they don't owe anybody anything, and they go ahead, they bankrupt, and they opt out, and they just keep whatever currency they're printing, and you don't do any foreign trading and weird stuff till everything is back to normal. It's just a thought. Could have sworn we could claim bankruptcy. Yes. Or all the American people with the national debt of the trillions of dollars, can't we all do like the class action bankruptcy against us, say we don't owe anything? I think we're able to do that. Heads up. I think we can all class action bankruptcy and name the Federal Reserve or whatever thing that is, whatever entity is saying that we owe all this money that we didn't authorize to be spent anyway. Yes, indeedy. Publisher discount 20% off of coupon. Oh, okay, this might be the end of this. No. Heavy rains sweep across China, killing 16. That's in Beijing, or out of Beijing. Also today, new report warns of rising sea levels on the East Coast. New report warns of rising sea levels on the East Coast. Really? Which part of the East Coast? I know that 14,000 years ago, heads up, Florida, this used to be like a plateau. During the Ice Age, all the animals ran here. As the Ice Age continues to rejuvenate itself, and I would assume the water levels are going to drop, at least over here. And once again, you will see the big plateau. And once again, supposedly there's a pyramid that's way bigger than the Sphinx under there. They call it the mother of the Sphinx. There's a giant Sphinx under there somewhere off the coast of Florida. It's probably where Atlantis used to be. Oh wait, it says something in here though about the flood. Change in circulation may be connected to adjustments in water temperature, salinity, and density. Oh, now what does the Caressa do that's in the water? Makes you wonder. And now, you know, that current has stopped, so just like in that movie 2012. It's going to cause us a lot of problems. Also, the crescents in the rain. Heads up. And that crescent is compared to radiating coolant, the stuff that pets can't drink or they'll have kidney failure and stuff. Can't have pets. It's poisonous, highly toxic. Storm chasers track supercell and large tornado in South Dakota with softball-size hail. Wow. New seismic swarm erupts at El Hierro, Canary Islands. Heads up. See what I'm saying? First they said the water level might go up. Now they're talking about, see the order of that? Now they're talking about, wow, seismic swarms at El Hierro, Canary Islands. They say if a part of the island breaks off, it'll cause a massive super tidal wave, super tsunami that will come up onto the east coast. It might even go across to the west coast. That's how big it would be. It could happen. Yep, there's a 3.1, 1.4, 1.7, 1.8, 1.9. So one of the volcanoes is probably getting ready to erupt over there. Alright, let's take this off. Heads up on everything. Let's do this since we're into the heads up game. December 21st, 2012. Official countdown clock. You have 178 days, 8 hours, 36 minutes, and 58 seconds as of this point right now before December 21st, 2012. And I believe that's at 11:11 Greenwich Mean Time. Wow. Okay. Let me get the E&E on here while or the watchers, while we're running across here. Matt, stop that. It's making noises in the back of me. Alright, moving on. The watchers. Watching the world. Latest headlines. Since it's Monday, there's probably a lot of headlines. Let's see what's going on here. Alright. New fast-growing sunspot forming at southeastern limb. Producing B-class flares. Start a noctilucent cloud season. Oh, so pretty clouds, heads up, coming our way. New low pressure area forming near Philippines. Swarm of bees attack monks at Buddhist temple in northern Thailand. Wow. Let me read that again. Swarm of bees attack monks at Buddhist temple in northern Thailand. Shower and deadly earthquake magnitude 5.7 hits Shihun, Yunnan border region of China. And yesterday, Yellowstone geysers became active again. Heads up with Yellowstone, heads up. Because everything else seems to be reactivating. I guess it's almost time for Yellowstone to do its thing also. Now, I'll put this so it goes here. E&E News, while I report on some other place. Here we go. Alrighty. SOT.net. Let's go into that. Did we do this one yet? I don't think we did. Now I'll do it again. Come on, slow computer. Max, get off the coffee table, please. Thank you. Thank you, Max. Thank you. You're a good boy. Please get down. I fed you right before I went on here. You had an extra special snack tonight. Huh, Max? Tropical Storm Debbie breaks record with early debut. That's today. Deadly British Columbian flooding continues to prompt evacuations, highway closures. Antarctica South Pole Station sets new record low, 100.8 Fahrenheit. Media AWOL. University of Wisconsin-Madison reports on this. Electric blue noctilucent clouds. It's beautiful. That's over Scotland right now. Strange night shining clouds captured in space station photo. Second wildfire rages across Utah. 39,000 acres goes up in flames. And then again, the 3 villages buried in Uganda by landslide on slopes of Mount Elgon. 100 feared dead. And again, bee swarm attack lands. Thailand monks in hospital. Strange snake invasion in Kiev region leads to mass killing of cattle. Okay, that was yesterday. Let's get rid of that. Also, on Alex Jones' channel, I was watching his Prison Planet, his radio show, .tv, but I was watching it. And he was talking about, again, the troops in St. Louis on the ground helping police. And what else was he talking about? And they're going to be there a week. And it's what, posse comitatus? You can't have your military ever go supposedly against your civilians. That's somewhere in... You're not supposed to have that. Now, what else? He was also talking about grass that's out there in Texas. There's grass just like in the movie The Happening, and the grass is that's like some it's genetically modified grass number whatever. It has a number to it. They were growing genetically modified grass that's it's outgassing arsenic. So a bunch of cows and horses died. And I guess if a person was out there standing in the middle of a field, they'd probably die too, because it's outgassing arsenic. Heads up. Heads up, you're gonna use that GMO grass. Now look what's going on. I think that's just, wow. No words can they do that with the corn too. Heads up on the corn. A lot of the food is modified now. But they didn't expect the grass, just like in that movie The Happening, where people are standing there and all of a sudden they're getting poisoned and they freak out. Ooh, wait a minute. Maybe it is in the grass, in the plants. Guess what, boys and girls? When the zombie attacks are happening, they're getting arsenic in the grass. In the movie The Happening, people started losing their inhibitions and basically they just try to off themselves, suicide themselves, just like the guy who had the knife in New Jersey and he was cornered, so he started cutting into his stomach and throwing his guts out at the cops that were trying to arrest him. That happened a while back now, I think last month or so, or early this month. Hey, heads up, man. Maybe it's coming out of the genetically modified plants or the corn. And it's still, or the body parts that are in, the embryonic, body parts that are in Pepsi. Mad human disease. I already coined that. They want to use that, they can give me credit for it. Mad human disease. It's coming from the plants or something. That could be another theory where that's coming from. Because that's what they did in that movie. Japan. Okay, let's go into Fukushima right now. I'm not making this stuff up. You can research it yourself and find all the articles on it. I'm telling you the truth. Heads up, Noel in Australia. Here's something about Australia. Australian TV report many fish caught off Fukushima contains dangerous levels of radioactive material. Heads up. Fukushima seafood now on sale. Okay. Japan TV. Tilted walls found at Fukushima number 4 reactor. Further investigation found damage in various parts of structures west and south side. Report. Maximum bulge in number 4 reactor building. 40% larger than previously stated in TEPCO data. You know, you don't listen to the TEPCO data anymore. I mean, how many times? It's like sitting at a broken stoplight. And it just doesn't change. And you sit there. And you sit there, and then finally you got to make a right turn, because if you don't make a right turn, the police at the gas station hiding will give you a ticket when you try to go across that. They should do the same thing to TEPCO. Why even listen to what they say? The validity. They've proven that they've withheld information, crucial information. They put everyone's lives at stake around the whole world. Why are you listening to TEPCO? You have to have a third party reporting on this stuff. Heads up! I can be your consultant. Third party. Third party's supposed to be in there now. Not TEPCO. Not the government. It's the outside. Just like when, at the end of the year, you call in the third party to audit the stores in the supermarket. You know, the company that comes in, and you see them in there, and all they're doing is they're auditing with their little machine, and they're auditing, and they're scanning and auditing. They have a third party doing it. There's a conflict of interest. Do you understand? It's called conflict of interest. Let's keep everybody, you know, above the board. Let's keep it legal. No more TEPCO reports. They've been downgraded a long time ago. They don't tell the truth. And they admit they don't tell the truth. How hard is that? You gotta get someone from outside to really measure stuff. Where it doesn't, like from the southern hemisphere. You know? Not anyone that's gonna sit there and give you false statements. What's the matter? What's the matter, you? Again, Japan TV. Tilted walls found at Fukushima number 4 reactor. Further investigation found damage in various parts of structure west and south side. Didn't number 4 have an explosion? The reactor, didn't it have some kind of explosion, number 4? We're waiting on the spent fuel pool, which is different, isn't it? Yeah, maximum bulge in number 4 reactor building 40% larger than previously stated in TEPCO data. I thought they already had some kind of problem in number 4. Why are we reporting on this again? I thought it's really the spent fuel pool. Isn't the fuel pool different than number 4 reactor? Why did it keep lollygagging around and putting some same news that they reported on before? Am I wrong? If I'm wrong, let me know in my comments. But research it. I'm pretty sure I've seen number 4 had a problem before. Japan TV. Tokyo officials find high levels of radiation at 13 of 14 areas tested in public park. Sure, and people probably let their kids still play in there. Japan, because if you smile, so kids will run around smiling, it's not going to hurt them, right? Isn't that what you said? Japan nuclear expert. I'm so worried. I can't believe number 4 spent fuel pool will still withstand next big quake. Heads up. I don't trust that spent fuel pool number 4 is even intact. I think there's something wrong. I think I haven't seen any pictures of it. I think there's something really, really, really wrong. That we didn't hear any information. People around, at least around, like up in Washington, regular Washington State, Northwest, I got people sending me pictures of weird stuff in the sky. You got a picture of China that looks like a nuclear bomb went off over it, like some weird cloud. This was last week, you know, just after their horrible storm over there, Guffle. I don't understand. Now we got Noctilucent clouds that I don't remember having since Fukushima started this thing. Maybe we did have that, but I think it's a lot worse. And I think the auroras are getting worse, and they're traveling down lower because of all the radiation in the sky. The xenon is in the sky now. So I'm not sure, but my gut says maybe we have had some kind of event over there, and I have not heard yet one statement that said nothing happened to the spent fuel pool number 4 during the typhoon. I have not read anything that said that. Has anyone out there seen that? I have not seen any pictures, real pictures, that you can really focus in on the spent fuel pool. You got the derricks over there. Why aren't there cameras on top of it pointing down into it? Something is up, man. And I'm not the only one feeling that way. So, hey, I think the consensus is consensing about it. Alrighty then. Fukushima worker shocked. Steel support frames under reactor 4 damaged. Reinforcement of fuel pool jury-rigged. Danger if hit by typhoon or tornado. Vast amounts of heavy water inside. And that was reported today at 11:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on June 25th, 2012. Fukushima worker shocked. Steel support frames under reactor 4 damaged. Reinforcement of fuel pool jury-rigged. Danger if hit by typhoon or tornado. Vast amounts of heavy water inside. It already had a typhoon hit it. So you tell me what's up. You tell me there's damage. Alright? See, I'm reading this live. I'm just reading it as we go along. Just as you hear it, I just read it and never saw it before. Yesterday, tearful Fukushima resident. What has happened to us psychologically, physically, financially is truly unimaginable. Yeah. Hey, that's because you stayed. You stayed there. Man. And it's still there. And still listening to crap. Okay, only from yesterday's. The 24th. Cesium-137 detected in Virginia rain. I have said from the beginning that there is Fukushima fallout in the rainwater. Can't be detected with Geiger counter. Cesium-137 detected in Virginia rain. I have said from the beginning that there is Fukushima fallout in the rain water. Can't be detected with a Geiger counter. Well, isn't it you need both cesium-137, 134 or something? You need both cesium for it to be Fukushima? See, you got the 137, but isn't it two of them that's the marker? Heads up, might be something else going on. Don't know. We can check the world out. I'll check the world for a second. Nothing. Nothing. Alrighty then. Let me get rid of this. That was your news update for today. I guess I had to rant about a couple things. Because when I read some of this stuff, it makes me so angry. Just to listen to some of it is just so stupid. You know, not that it's just like ignorance. It's ignorant. How they put some of this stuff up, and it's like a sidetracker. So it's like, you know, they put it up just so they have some news, but they don't realize they're telling on themselves when they do this out of the weird order that it comes out in, you know. You have a wonderful, wonderful evening. It's one day down, 4 to go. 4 to go before the weekend already. And I want everyone heads up and everyone just keep trying to find out information on Fukushima number 4. I mean like pictures and someone actually stating that nothing happened to it during the typhoon. Alrighty then. Take care and I'll see you again tomorrow.